I'll add this to it. Kay said this on the radio. This team is, after this game, has forced the most turnovers by any Sunbelt team in history. So I think that, when you look at what this team is able to accomplish and not plan for, I don't know what it was, 15, 16 days. I tried not to keep count because I didn't want to worry about it too much. But for us to come out and play the way that we played, I think it speaks to the preparation of how these young women practice and how locked in and focused they were. We were together, 19 assists, only 12 turnovers. We did a really good job of keeping them off the old glass with their size. I'm just really proud all around. And then, Zai kind of got in a little bit of foul trouble, but she stayed aggressive, got 17 points, 7 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals. And then Wynn getting her double-double, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 80% from the field. You want your seniors to step up and take over games, and that's what these two did. And just was really excited that we got to play on our home floor, and really excited that hopefully we'll get to host another one on Friday.
You mentioned the size disadvantage. I mean, they're big. So what was the key tonight in being able to do such a good job on the glass, both offensively and defensively?
Yeah, just use our speed and our athleticism. So they may have the size advantage, but we knew that we had the speed advantage, and we knew that we could really pressure them and get them out of what they wanted to do. They wanted to pass through the press. We took that away. They wanted to run offense. We took that away with our ball pressure. So we talked a lot about we had to do our job. And if we didn't do our job, then they were going to do theirs. So I thought that we didn't let them get to what they wanted to get to. So really hats off to my staff. I thought that they did a really good scout on Radford, and our young women were prepared to go today.
Coach, it seemed like the last few minutes of the third quarter, then on through the fourth, you just kind of took control of the game. You think that's maybe when the style of play and the press started to take effect on them?
Yeah, I think that we kept pressuring them, and we kept forcing them to take the shots we wanted them to take. So what the math says is once you get to about that middle of that third quarter, if we do our job with the ball pressure, your legs are probably going to start to feel heavy. It's going to be a lot harder to make some of those shots, which is kind of what happened, and we just kind of amped it up because of the amount of minutes that our young women play. But just really proud. Like I said, we did our job tonight. We didn't allow them to pick us apart with their passes. We didn't allow them to, get the three ball the way that they wanted to get them. They're capable of hitting just as many as us, and they only made 4, and it was one player, which is their best player. So just was really proud of our young women.
Wynter, took a shot in the first quarter. 1, glad you're okay. 2, just what was working for you on both ends of the floor tonight?
I feel like we kind of went through a stretch where we hit a couple threes, and then that left me open. So I feel like, me and the guards were just kind of playing off of each other a lot. So I feel like, and we've been working on that all week. So we've been practicing a lot and working on being more active in our offense, and I feel like that's what I was focusing on today.
And I think what you saw today from Wynter was we kind of just went back and took a deep dive on our offense, and kind of specifically what kept us from winning the semifinals game in the conference tournament, and our offense just was too stagnant. So now we have random brushes, we have random flashes, random handoffs, and basically what that it makes the defense move more. So we've only worked on that a week, and somebody should come hit me in the head because we should have been done this. But we really studied what went wrong, and hats off to them for just being willing to adjust the offense just a little bit, just to get a little bit more movement. And I thought it was to perfection tonight.
Coach, how does that feel though to get that opportunity to kind of fix what went wrong in the semifinals and to do so in the WNIT?
Oh, it felt great, right? Because you don't know. Because they were looking at me crazy in practice. I'm like, throw it in brush, just randomly go, just randomly hand it off, just play. And at first they were just kind of like, okay, what are we doing? But then they just kept doing it every day, and I just kept seeing it get better and better. And we kind of added some back cuts to our offense just to get a little bit more movement. But if you know anything about me, when things don't go right, I'm going to look myself in the mirror first, and I'm going to figure out what I could have done better. And what we could have done better is just get more movement with our offense, so that way if you want to stay sticky with our shooters, no problem. We'll get our bigs involved, and we'll get more movement that way. So hats off to them. They got to be the ones to go out and do it, and I thought they did it to perfection tonight.
Zyion, for you, play opportunities turning defense into offense, just, how great was it to have a performance like that in the postseason?
It was good. I feel like our practices, we've been having good practice, and I feel like that translated to the game. So yeah, it was good.
Zyion, it seemed like your offense really came around more in the second half. What kind of made the difference for you to kind of crank it up in the second half?
I don't even know. I'm not sure, honestly. I just had to calm down a little bit. I think I was being a little too aggressive at times. So I feel like when I calmed down a little bit, everything worked out.
And I think we know what offensive sets works really good for Zai. So she hit a three, and we tried to get her cooking a little bit. So we put her in some positions where she could reject the double brush, or she could come off a double and go get busy. And I thought she did a really good job of taking really good shots, which is why she was so efficient tonight.
Coach, it's a Monday night and it's spring break.
Yeah.
Is the crowd and the environment were pretty good?
I was, when I walked out, so when they came out, so we come in twice. When they came back out, I could hear the crowd from the locker room. And I was just kind of like, dang, it sounds like a good crowd out there. And then I walk out and I see everybody, and I'm like, it really made me happy. It really did. It's spring break. I'm sure a lot of people are out of town, but to walk out there and feel that energy, it meant a lot to me. I know it meant a lot to these young women, and let's keep growing it. Let's keep winning. We're gonna do our job. Let's keep winning. Let's keep growing it. That was really fun for us to play in front of that amount of fans, and I thought that they really gave us a ton of energy. And I don't think people realize what they do for us. When you bring that energy from the crowd, it amps up our pressure even more. It makes us more bouncy. It makes us even more in rhythm when we're shooting a three ball. And we're gonna try to put on a show for them as best we can. So we want people to keep coming.
Wynter, what happened on the play where your nose was injured, and how tough was it to come back with some mask after?
The girl that got the rebound, she kind of like went like this, like her elbow, like she got me across my face with her elbow. And so I didn't think it was bad till it started like bleeding a lot. But I was fine. I just didn't put that mask on because I thought I looked funny. But I guess they made me put it on.
I thought it looked kind of cool.
But yeah.
Coach, you guys had a 20-point halftime lead. They cut, I think, down to 11 there early in the third quarter, midway through the third quarter. So just kind of what was the key to kind of stymie their momentum there, and kind of obviously you guys are pushing back up to 20-plus point lead, but just kind of what was the key to kind of stopping their momentum?
They're a good team. You're gonna look at this game and say, well, you beat them by 31. I'm telling you, I studied that team. They're really good. They finished second in their league. They made it to the conference championship game. They only lost to High Point, who was in the NCAA tournament, by 4. Like, they're really good. They got great size. They can pass it. They can shoot it. So I knew that they were going to make a run. I knew that they were going to hit some shots. Their point guard is really good. I think we scored a bucket and I called a timeout, and I kind of, got into them a little bit like, hey, we're not going to relax. We're going to keep playing great basketball. We're going to defend. And I thought that our team really responded. And we amped up our pressure a little bit, and then we were able to turn them over a couple times, and we started scoring and kind of stifled them a little bit. But I just think they're a really good team. Good teams are going to go on runs, but I thought our team did a really good job of responding to their run.
Coach, I know one of the big things you've said the last couple of years, being a team of first, program of first. 25 wins hasn't happened here very often. Just what does it mean to reach that milestone?
I think for me, if you would have told me that this was going to happen 2 years ago, I might have questioned you a little bit. I don't question God, but I might have questioned you a little bit. So I just want to say God is good. He gave me a vision 2 years ago, even when we lost our whole team, that we were going to get it done. And I had to choose to believe that no matter what. And hats off to our players for taking a chance on me as a head coach and getting it done last year and coming back this year and got 25 wins with an opportunity to go get 26. I say, why stop now? Let's keep going. If we could play the way we played tonight, I think we're going to be really hard to beat. So I take a lot of pride in being a head coach here at Arkansas State, and there's not one day that I take it for granted.